All right, continuing my review of the Big Red on its first day out. It's amazing. My first cut was this from a small log and actually got a perfect 4x4 on my first cut. The scales are amazing. I just threw on this roughly 18-foot log and I'm going to run the mill through it. As you can see, the wood clamps are all in for them or in position to hold it. I do gotta lower those. I just rolled it on with the tractor, so I don't have to roll off, but have to lower those. But the saw cuts easily through the wood. Very simple and straightforward operation. I will shortly fire it up and let you see it live. Okay, I just had to reposition the log. Those rollers are amazing. This is not a light log. I realized I didn't have it on the last bunk, so I rolled it over under the rollers and it just rolled down and I repositioned the log. So, I'm gonna start her up. Give some choke. Up and running time. This is where you can adjust your chemical feed. You see it's leaking a little bit from that one joint at the end of the world. Unit, it rolls with the wind, I think. So easy. Nice. So we're going to take a top cut off this log. Try and do it so this thing will roll away on me.
So here begins my first few mistakes on my first big log. Started way too low. Really didn't realize how far into the log I would cut by the time I got to the end of this. Everything was going pretty smooth. I was beginning to get alarmed as the cut seemed to be getting deeper and deeper. Big Red seemed to have no problem whatsoever cutting through this ash. The Honda just purred. We were moving along quite quickly till we got to the end. That's where my first major mistake happened. As I was looking underneath the unit watching the log depth cut, my hand slipped down and I hit the blade raise winch position, which when I was looking at the blade, it seemed to be an optical illusion that the blade was going up, and I couldn't think how that was possible, but meanwhile it was my thumb. And when I continued to push through, it threw the blade at the end, which I did not catch on video, but proved how good that wooden front panel was, as it was actually very simple to put it back on and there was no damage. Here I turn around to look and see if that stopper had hit something I hadn't seen because I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't go forward. But that's when the blade threw off. Here I flip the log and I'm cutting the other side. Again, this log has got quite the warp and has a very, very rookie, actually first real cut. I realized logs this long, this crooked, probably shouldn't be cut in this length and should be shortened. Once again, Honda had no problem cutting through it, and in the end, this made a 17-foot 6x6 beam.